Journers here, and I'm going to show you a real simple and brief recipe for pickled garlic. I am a huge fan of pickled garlic. I keep it in my refrigerator at all times, regardless of season. The benefits of garlic are endless, but for me, I am pushing 56 years old. I've been a registered nurse and worked everything from ER to critical care to long-term care to psychiatric care over the last 34 years. And I've never had the flu, and garlic is probably the reason. I've never received a flu shot in my life, and I really don't intend to. 1 clove a day of pickled garlic before bedtime clears my sinuses, helps me to sleep well. If you have gastric issues such as GERD or problems with heartburn, first of all, that may be something you want to see your doctor about. And second of all, you want to take your garlic an hour or 2 before laying down to go to bed at night. Now, this can be eaten any time of the day, and it can be eaten as many times as you want a day. You have to sort of weigh that with how many friends you would like to have as well, because as you know, garlic is very pungent. I like the odor. I can't say that I like the odor on someone else's breath though, and as you know, it will come out your pores. So if you have your own garden, fantastic. You know what a big head clove looks like. If not, you can purchase it from the store. I like to buy organic. Yes, it is a little more expensive. If you can't get organic, you want to check this root bud here, the crown where the roots had gone into the ground. If these are kind of nipped, cut short, very clean and gone, chances are that garlic is imported from China, and there are some great concerns about that right now as far as how they are raised and pesticides. If you see a good amount of root on them, some dirt, then chances are they are from within the United States. And of course, keep in mind you can buy local, but also please keep in mind that buying local is a supportive measure for small local businesses. It does not guarantee any organic qualities to the food, as local farmers use pesticides as well. So if you're shopping at local food markets, that's a question you'll want to ask. I've seen people crush their garlic many different ways. I prefer to use this plastic spatula. It's easier on my hand, and I can visualize through it exactly where I'm going. I've seen people whack the side of a knife and whatnot. I prefer this. And I just take my palm and I kind of work. You can stomp, you can pound as hard as you like, and I rub it back and forth a little bit. That just helps, as you can see here, peel that shell off, and it'll then come off very easily. There's a nice big piece. Yeah, it's got a little issue there, but that's oxidation. Oxidation. And that simply comes, you know, there was a little niche there, could have been bumped. Does not look like any chew mark. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm just using this apothecary jar. I got it from the thrift store. It's got a good seal. This is not something you're going to store on a shelf. You're going to keep this in the refrigerator. So this jar has been thoroughly cleaned, so you don't have to worry about boiling and getting a good airtight seal and all the things that you do with typical canning. So I'm going to just throw a few pieces in here that have broken up for me. And what you want to do is remove all that rough outer. I am going to pick this little dark mark off here, because that actually looks like it's starting to decay a little bit. Garlic is a natural antibiotic. Fleas don't like it. A lot of insects don't like it, so it's a good repellent. It actually is good for the digestive system, but it's fabulous for the immune system. It will repel parasites. Spiders don't like the smell of garlic. Antiviral, antibacterial properties, and anti-relationship properties as well. Again, you want to be careful when you consume this. You know, I'm a nurse. I work in a hospital in a critical care unit. The last thing that my patients that are having heart problems or breathing problems need is a nice whiff of garlic off of me. However, I particularly bulk up on this, taking it several times a day, if I feel that I may be getting any type of upper respiratory, bronchial, sinusitis, and this really helps. It will clear the passages. All right, we're going to walk over here now, and we're going to take a look here at my choice of pickling substances. The first thing that you want is 2/3 apple cider vinegar. I like the organic. There are many brands out there. You want to look for one that has the mother. That is also a high quality probiotic, healing properties. And I want to fill the jar. I like mine pickly. I like mine vinegary. So I fill my jar regardless of the receptacle. There are no particular measurements other than remembering a 2/3 to 1/3 ratio. And for me, that's 2/3 vinegar and 1/3 water. That's going to ensure good pickling. And pickling does not reduce any of the health properties of the garlic. What it does is it milds the flavor. It mellows it extremely. So you can pop a clove of this after it's been in the fridge approximately 3 to 6 weeks. It will keep very well. And you really, you know, it's not going to bring any tears to your eyes. I have this purchased pickling spice that I just happen to have on hand. So I am going to throw some of that in there. And it consists of things like dill, caraway, whole pepper cloves, clove as well, and some additional spices. You can get online and look up anything you want. I love bay leaf. I throw bay leaf in mine. I'm going to put some pink Himalayan, or as my friend from India calls it, Himalayan salt, pink salts, and that's going to go down in as well. I love pepper. I'm going to give it a nice hefty grind of pepper. And then sugar. You can use stevia. I've done that in the past. It works absolutely fine. Today I feel like I'm going to treat myself, and I'm going to use some brown sugar. Excuse me there, knocking over glass receptacles. So that's about I'd say 2 teaspoons of sugar there. I'm going to add a little more additional pickling salts, but primarily what's going to mellow this for you so that you don't have to be overly concerned is the vinegar. The spices that you're adding and the salt and the sugar, that's all just to help give additional flavors, and it kind of mellows down the vinegar as well. Now if you're someone who's sensitive to vinegar, you don't like that sharp pickled taste, you can add more water, less vinegar. We're going to go over here to the messy sink now and just add the rest of the container with water. Make sure you leave airspace at the top. Excuse me for clearing my throat. And then I guess I left my lid over here, and I guess I'm feeling a little like I had too much to drink, although I wasn't drinking. Now this just gets popped in the fridge here. My door is quite full, as you can see. I guess I'm going to squeeze it onto the top shelf next to my homemade ear concoction, which I'll go over with you later. Yes, I'm not perfect. There's a bottle of Pepsi, and I can guarantee you I'll be looking forward to that tomorrow. For now, here's a jar of pickled that I've had in here for about 3 weeks, and I've been eating off of this for the time being, and that would look to be some dust. Oh, it's sticky. I had it sitting out on the table, which is prone to accumulate dog hair. At any rate, that would be the end of how to pickle your own garlic. Again, 3 to 4 weeks in the fridge and you are good to go. I like to rotate my batches, so I always have a batch that's ready. This is the Real Nature Nurse saying peace, do no harm, but take no bad garlic.